Hello everyone! So I'm here today with a layout for Cut to You. I'm going to be using this amazing cut file. It's the We Still Do cut file. I thought it was perfect for this photo of my husband and I. We have been married for, it'll be 21 years in November. So I have a really nice photo of the two of us together, and then I have these scraps of paper. This is from Prima's Amelia Rose collection. I am going to try to use up the scraps on my cut file, and I'm going to use that black and white polka dot for my background. And this Prima kit was from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club. I actually bought a gigantic Prima kit. I almost always do that, at least at some point when they just have too many good collections, because I do love a good Prima collection. Okay, so I've gone ahead, I'm moving my camera apparently, I've gone ahead and I have sped the video up, and I have my cut file. It is ready to go and all backed. I know I want to put my photo right there. I just have to decide if I want to back it or not, and I am going to decide to back it on some white paper. Again, using scraps. I'm really trying hard to use as many scraps from this little mini kit as I possibly can. This kit is probably a year and a half old. Yeah, so these are some good stash. This is a good stash busting layout right here. I'm just putting a little mat around my picture here off to the side. I finally got my desk organized and to a point where I really like it, and so my Tim Holtz guillotine trimmer just sits a little off camera, and I'm okay with that because it can stay on my desk. In that spot, it can stay at my desk all the time, and I can use it much more easily. Okay. What I'm going to do, and I know that I'm off in my own little world right here, it's because I'm looking for my foam tape that I just purchased, and I finally found it, so I'm going to open it. And what I'm going to do is I am literally going to cut teeny tiny bits of foam tape and add it to the back of this cut file. And this was a bit tedious when I sped up this video and edited it. The bulk of what I edited out was me doing this, cutting these teeny tiny pieces of foam tape. But yeah, it was totally worth it because it's beautiful. So I'm just going to keep going on here. I'm going to keep adding these little bits of foam tape, foam tape around the entire inside of my layout, and I pulled it all off, which I also didn't make you watch, and now it's stuck there, and I think my photo at this point is stuck down too. Alright, so I've gone through all of my embellishments. I've got my little Get Sticky With It Traveler's Notebook there that has the stickers that I think I'm going to want to use in this layout. And the rest of what I'm going to use is die cuts, because I had lots and lots of die cuts that I could easily kind of layer up and use. As is the case with most kits, after I've used them once or twice, I end up with very little paper and a ton of embellishments. I don't know what that says about me, but having kits like that makes me use up the embellishments. I tend to be less stingy with them, maybe. I don't know. Whereas the initial couple of pages I make with a kit is always more paper heavy. And then I end up with tons of embellishments and very little paper. That's just how I roll, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to go through all these die cuts. I'm going to decide where I want them, how I want them to be placed. You'll see me here kind of fidget with them. Some of them have beautiful foil on them, and I'm just going to keep going on here, layering things, deciding where I can tuck them in. I love the, let's call it juxtaposition of the more modern kind of cut file, and then putting these more vintage pieces in and underneath and around the cut file. I just think that it's a really cool look. Might not be for everybody, but as I really kind of tend to go for a more vintage feel, now that's not for every layout, but of quite a few. Even in my purchasing, I tend to gravitate towards a more vintage feel, unless it's Chamel. And anyway, so, yeah, so I like to be able to use these beautiful elements on my pages. So I think I'm okay with these clusters. I'm going to go ahead and stick all of that down. And now I am still not 100% happy with this layout. I'm going to start adding some of these puffy stickers that I've chosen and set aside. But in my head, I know what this layout needs, and I kind of knew it right after I backed the cut file, but I waited. And so if you look at a cut file and you know it needs to be outlined like I'm about to do, just outline it. Don't wait till you have the entire layout together. Don't wait until you've already got everything puffy stickered up. It just, I mean, you have to be really, really confident in your outlining abilities to do what I'm about to do. I'm just saying. And I'm not super confident in my outlining abilities, but it just needed to happen. I'm sorry if you can hear the dog barking. I'm sorry. He's frustrated because I shut him out of the room, and this is his revenge on me. Okay, so yeah. So I pick it up and look at it, and I'm like, oh, it really needs to be outlined. All right, let's just do it. So I'm going to take my Muji pen, and yes, I'm going to outline the whole cut file. Again, please don't try this at home, kids. Do it early. Just do it early, because this was like a labor of utter love, and I was so scared that I was going to mess something up. Oh my. But I didn't. I'm super proud of me. I just took my time. I was super duper careful, and voila. See how much better that is, though? Like, now you really can read that title, and it just kind of like pops up. So I went through my bowl of sequins, and I still have some of these beautiful rose gold sequins. These are probably like my favorites from this entire year of releases from Spiegel Mom Scraps. And they are sold out, I'm sorry. But I'm just going to go ahead and add some fun sequin details to some of this cut file. I just felt like it needed sequins, right? And these sequins matched like too perfectly not to use. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add all these fun little sequins in different areas using my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. So I've been using this bottle of Nuvo Deluxe adhesive since March, and it is September, and it's just now like really running out. So just so you know, get an idea of how long a bottle of Nuvo adhesive can last. And I use it on like all the things. So I've been trying really hard to keep track of when I open new things so that I can get you guys some really good adhesive recommendations of adhesives that will last you for a long time. And this is definitely one of them. Because that bottle's not really out yet. It just needs a good shake, and there's still glue in there. So that's cool. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just continue to add these little sequin details, and then we're going to have some close-ups for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you head over to the Cut to You cut shop. These cut files, I cannot stress enough. They're beautiful. They're so beautiful, and you can also purchase them pre-cut, which is really, really nice. And Christina has some of them in her shop as well. So lots of options for using these cut files and also purchasing them. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.